Say what you want, say what you will. He scored in a World Cup semi. Say what you want, say what you will. We're in a World Cup final. It doesn't matter how you win. All that matters is you win. All that matters is the trophy. All that matters is the dub. So let's just start there. Chelsea won that game. But I'll be real. There are issues within this team. And I warn this team that there have to be significant improvements before freaking Palmeiras. And we're going to break down just exactly what the heck is wrong with this team. And you cannot blame it on fatigue or tiredness. Let's get it. Yo. So I have my main man here, Ford, in the building for also try and break things down and talk about this. And we might be joined by your boy Ralph on so forth, man. So here's the thing, man. So look. They won. Let's start there. So we just want to just start well, and then we can build into things. So because we'll talk about this in general, then we can then go into detail. Chelsea won the game, and I think it's very important that they won the game because it would have been a disaster if they didn't even get to the final. Because this is about redemption, and this is about righting the wrongs of 2012 and actually winning this damn trophy in this competition. So they won, and Lukaku got the goal. At the end of the day, people could say it's happened and so forth. Lukaku scored the winning goal. He scored the winning goal in a World Cup semi. So it is what it is. So he now has that. Kane hasn't scored a goal in a World Cup semi. Lukaku has. But there seems to be an identity crisis within this team. Or rather, there seems to be a serious lack of identity within this team. There seems to be serious issues and serious problems pertaining to this team. And I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, what are they trying to do? The reality is this, and Ford, and I'm sure I want to hear from you, is there doesn't seem to be a clear, precise, concise personality and method and strategy with regards to how this team wants to play. It's slow, it's sluggish. Guys are taking 5 touches on the ball. They tell you this from when you're 10 or 11. One touch. Like what do we always do when we're in football training? They're always training to do one-touch football because what you want to do is move the ball quickly. Because when you move the ball quickly, it's harder for the defense to say what's up. But if you have guys that have 4, 5, 6 touches on the ball, it becomes sluggish. And there seems to be a clear misunderstanding within players in this team. And my fear is this is inshallah for football where vibes. Vibes, and we'll just somehow figure things out. But things need to be better than freaking vibes here. There needs to be a clear, concise way in which this team is trying to play. And Havertz is a talented player. I can see talent there. But for some reason, we're not seeing this talent on a consistent, effective basis. I thought Ziyech looks all right. And I think we're slowly seeing Ziyech say what's up. But the issue is Ziyech used to be matched with a team that is functioning. And this team isn't freaking functioning. As Azpilicueta, bro,
it's finished.
Thank you for everything and everything. It's over, bro. It's over. Do you realize that you can't give Azpilicueta a through ball? Because there were many instances where, bro, play the ball through, go into space and then go. But you have to give Azpilicueta the ball to fit because he can't run. In 2022, in the modern game, you can't have a right back and a left back who can't run. In the modern game, you can't have a right back or a left back who can't say what's up in the attacking third. This is now a necessity. This isn't 94. This isn't 01 or 02 or 03. This is 2022. And as a right back, you have to be able to run. You have to be able to cross. You have to be able to dribble. You have to have an understanding when you're now in the final third. So, I mean, look, man. I'm real with you, bro. It's hard to watch Chelsea these days. It's hard to watch Chelsea these days. This isn't the days of Mourinho. This is not the days of Hiddink or the days of Ancelotti. Bro, so and I've always held this always. Sarri should have been Sarri should have had an error. Because under Sarri, there was a clear, distinct way of playing. a clear, precise way of playing. And if it was given time, who knows what they could have done? Oh, look, Fordman, talk to me about the performance of the game. And I mean,
yeah.
what bro, Ford? It's hard to watch these guys, man. Ford, man, you know.
No, I mean, I completely agree with everything that you said, bro. Again, we're obviously touching some of the details of why Chelsea are so dysfunctional and things don't look great on the eye. But just pertaining to today's game, I don't think it was necessarily a bad performance. I think there was a lot that was good in a sense. But again, in the final third, with the amount of chances that we created, the final ball was lacking. And with like the final shot or the final pass to create that goal, was lacking in so many actions. And again, with the goal that we scored, it was a great run from Kovacic up the left wing, played in Havertz, done very well, engineered a very good cross to the back post. Lucky ricochet, and Lukaku taps him from 2 yards. And again, that's the goal that we're going to score to go through. Like, it kind of leaves a bit of a I can't really be fully content with today, even though we performed pretty well. I think we controlled most of the game and didn't really give them any chances other than a 10-minute window where they were all over us in the second half and had to make a couple of really good saves. So credit to him for that. But yeah, like you said, HH, despite what for me was still a pretty good performance in terms of control and creating chances and being the better team against, for me, what is a good team. Like, we shouldn't disrespect Al-Hilal. Al-Hilal rather, sorry. Again, champions of Asia.
They performed well. We shouldn't disrespect them. I didn't even know what their real name was, but fair enough.
Look, I'm not the most familiar with them, but having said that, they are a pretty good team. Again, if you look through their team, there are players that we do recognize from European football. Again, somebody like Mateus Pereira, a fantastic number 10.
Yeah, or Marega, who used to play for FC Porto.
Marega, and obviously our boy Odi Nagalo up front. Like, it's not a bad team. Okay, maybe he's not the best proponent of that. But even if you look at their defensive midfield, not names that you know, but very good technically on the ball. Like, if you look at the Premier League and their defensive midfielders and in teams that are in the bottom half of the league, they're not as technically clean on the ball as this side that we saw. And again, with somebody like Mateus Pereira, just a point I want to make, that's somebody who tore up the league with West Brom. Under, like, who was it? Sam Allardyce and other bum managers. And somebody like Conor Gallagher right now, who everybody is loving, but the season that he's having with Crystal Palace, he, in that same West Brom side, was awful. And people thought, oh, he's not good enough to play for Chelsea or to get another Premier League loan. And now he's tearing up the league with Crystal Palace. So that just shows how good Mateus Pereira is. Now, with all that being said, that's not me taking away, that's not me trying to say, oh, this is a really good Chelsea performance or we're played up against a very good side. No. This is a good side that we still should have beaten comfortably, and with the performance that we had today,
a lot more comfortably.
And with the chances that we created, we didn't do enough. And again, like you said, HH, it's not cohesive. It's not pretty on the eye. Again, with some of the managers that you mentioned in the past, the likes of Hiddink, Mourinho, Ancelotti, in those eras, I think of players like Robin, your Anelkas, your Joe Cole when he was on it, like players with flair and ability. And like I always tell you, HH, I don't like watching a Chelsea side that doesn't have any natural wingers or natural attacking players who can go past people. Chelsea don't have that.
Because whether it was Hazard, even Salomon Kalou, all this kind of
Malouda,
freaking Jojo class was like, because it's so funny because I think there was a moment in the second half and I was like, there's something missing, and I was like, oh yeah, because I think it was when Mount had the ball, he tried to do something and I think he then lost it. Then I was like, oh yeah, in this team there are no individuals. Yep. Like, you don't really have any individuals, basically, like Robin, who can just win a game by himself. Or Joe. So there are none of those guys here. And it just seems as if it's like a pass-first team. And even though it's like a pass-first team, there is no kind of character with regards to, okay, City are a pass-first team. They're a passing team, but they're a passing team with a very clear, distinct personality. Yeah. Bro, Ford, I don't know what these guys are trying to do. Like, if people say, okay, describe what Chelsea's for football is, I don't know.
No, you're 100% right, but 100% right. And even on that point, you look at like someone like a Ziyech, he's probably the only one, that bit of creativity, bit of a maverick who can kind of dribble, but he's not a specialist dribbler. He's going to go past 3 or 4 players. He's not that kind of guy. So when you take him even aside from it, you got nobody else.
Do you see why I miss Hazard? Do you see why I miss Hazard?
Oh, of course, but obviously we're talking about prime Zard Hazard, not Real Madrid's Teletubby version, bro. That's not the one. Look, I love the guy, but like as a footballer now, he's not there. But bro, you're making a lot of good points today because again, like when you look at Man City, they're operating at such a high efficiency, a high they're performing at an optimum level. Like again, if we're gonna put numbers on it, let's say Man City, they're performing at probably 95, 96% like optimacy, like they're primed and ready. They know what they're doing. There's a very good cohesion there. Even like a Brighton, now, with the level of their players are not very high, but with what Graham Potter's doing with them, they're operating at like maybe like an 85, maybe 90%, the way that they're getting the best out of their team. They're all playing to a cohesive system. With Chelsea, it's like we're playing at like maybe like 40%, maybe 50%, because while there's quite a few good players in there, a lot of them are system matches, as we like to say on this channel, and they don't suit playing a certain way. Like with somebody like Lukaku, he wants it fast, indirect, and making runs all the time in behind, but nobody's trying to play towards him.
Yeah, no.
Because they're playing this controlling, possessive football game, which doesn't suit our 100 million pound striker. So there's just so many mishaps in the team that doesn't really come towards a clean system.
Wait, let me, because we'll go on. So let me bring in Rafi. So Rafi, man, look, what do you sense the issue is with these guys, man? Because I'll tell you, man, Lukaku, I know he got the golden scrum, but I miss this guy, man.
Bro, he was awful, bro. He was awful all game. We have to keep 100.
Yeah,
I was happy for him. I was happy for him because, bro, he's been. I don't know if you've been seeing on Twitter, bro. People have been trying to say that he's ruining the mood in the dressing room and all this stuff. They've just been like all like the proper Chelsea fans, bro. They've been killing him on Twitter all week. So I've been on his side this week. So I was happy for him, but it was poor all game. I think the problem, I think we miss killers up front, man. I don't think we have killers up front. I feel like Lukaku, he's not a killer. Ziyech, he is kind of. Havertz is just Havertz. We just need new attackers, bro. This is my problem. We need
so you're saying that just completely the whole attacking.
We shouldn't sell all of them, but I would sell. Werner didn't play today, obviously, but we know how bad Werner is.
Oh yeah,
Pulisic is awful, bro.
No. But Ralph, if we're gonna be real, either you build the team to suit Lukaku or you sell him. Simple as that. Because Lukaku is clearly a guy who he needs the team to play for him and to him.
This is my problem, man. We need to obviously I like Lukaku and everything, but we need to stop. We need to stop like playing towards his strength. We need to play as a team, bro. This is what we should be doing.
But Ralph, I'll be real with you right now. Lukaku can't adapt. So hence what's like you have a choice to make. Either you play to Lukaku's strengths or you sell him. Because when he performed at Everton, he was the main go-to guy. West Brom, he was the main go-to guy. Inter, main go-to guy. And at Inter Milan, Conte and the entire team was built around him. So Lukaku ain't Benzema. Benzema, put me anywhere. Because I can play wing, I can play number 10, I can play false, and I can play striker, I can play because he's so multi-talented. Benzema can work in any team. Whatever city can work in any team. But Lukaku just doesn't have the same thing with Lewandowski. Lewandowski can work in any team because those are guys who have so much ability and so many attributes. Because when you have high attributes in ball control, football IQ, first touch, dribbling, balance, and so forth, you can adapt. When you have limited attributes, you can't adapt.
I want to ask you guys something.
Yeah.
There's been a narrative going around that Jorginho is the reason why our attackers are not clinical enough. Do you agree with that? I don't get the narrative, bro. Apparently, he's the one holding back our attackers, that we can't sustain pressure up top. I don't know how that is relevant to what we do up top.
Okay, I mean, before I give it to Ford, I know Ford wants. I mean, I would say it might be part of it, but it's not the same reason. My thing is, okay, Jorginho hardly passes the ball forward. He doesn't. Jorginho doesn't do what Busquets does. Because Busquets is the guy that can pick a pass, or Casemiro is the guy that can pick a pass. Okay, fair enough. At the end of the day, that ball is going to come to Mount. It goes to Ziyech. It goes to Werner. And in those situations, when let's say Ziyech and Mount has the ball on the wing, and I have a decision to make, the ball is lost. The ball is
the most annoying thing too is that we don't have good overlapping fullbacks, bro.
This is
like we have
no. Ralph, what is it
like? As much as I want to criticize,
he can't run. As Lukaku, he cannot run.
As much as I want to criticize Havertz and Ziyech today, I thought they played decent, but they didn't have overlapping fullbacks to create space for them to create for Lukaku as well. So for me, there's a lot of things in the team that it needs sorting out, bro. Like how did you find Kante, bro? Kante was a bit rusty on the ball.
Very rusty. Very rusty.
I mean, I'm not sure whether he's not played for a long time. Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't played for a long time. But yeah, like I think, yeah, this is my worry.
I also think this team that we played, they're a decent team, but they were poor, bro, in the first half.
Ralph,
this is my worry. This is the biggest
I
worry.
see written now, Ralph. See, Ralph, great man, like
bro.
Ralph. Al-Hilal are crap. No offense or so forth. These guys are not good. The fact that because remember, the final is only in a few days' time, so it's not a lot of things. So if you're struggling like this to put away Al-Hilal with a washed up Igalo, a Marega who is no longer relevant, and so forth, bro, Palmeiras is a vast step up from these guys. And Al-Hilal almost scored. So my thing is that my fear is, see, let me give it to you in two. This is my fear and my hope. My fear is, how much can this team possibly improve to a stage of where you're not going to face the very best from South America, who are way better than these dudes? That's my fear. My hope is you play to your opposition. So maybe because Al-Hilal, because, as a player, you recognize when the team you're playing isn't really saying what's up. So maybe because they were not very good, they played to the opposition. So when it's a final and it's a far better opposition, that you would expect will now make Chelsea sharper and more astute. That's my hope.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a huge assumption. So Ford, what's
also, can I just say to this? Tuchel isn't even over there, bro. He's got COVID. So maybe by Saturday the team will lift their spirits and hopefully we get the win. That's my hope.
That's the hope. And so before I take some of your dubs, man. So Ford, your take on Ralph talking about Jorginho, the Asian guy holding back these dudes.
I think he answered it well by obviously saying that his MO isn't to pass forward. We know that. And I think the most important point there was the fact that it's the fullbacks not overlapping that restricts a lot of our attack. Like I said, it's not cohesive. We don't necessarily play to Lukaku's strengths. But even with those 210s who, like Ralph said, were okay today, not great, but they were okay. They didn't have the supporting runs that would get the best out of them. So as much as the attack, we may not have killers, yes. But a big part of what's holding us back is just the lack of wing-backs. The lack of wing-backs you can push forward, you can carry the ball and dribble. Because like I said earlier, we haven't got any dribblers in this team in the forward areas. So you need your wing-backs to provide something that a Marcelo can, or a Philip Lahm can, Dani Alves, Cancelo, Trent. Maybe Trent can't dribble, but he's got great creativity. We don't have that from Alonso and Azpilicueta, both at 40 years old. Like, come on, bro. So again, without that, we're not going to get the best out of this attacking lineup. So of course, Chilwell, Reece James, they can't come soon enough.
Let me take some of your debates, man. So from your boy Dajo Arif, according to your logic, then CR37 has a World Cup final goal. It was against a Brazilian team as well. Real Madrid won 1-0 against Gremio. Well, my thing is, for Cristiano, you call yourself the GOAT, so I hold you under different standards. So we're waiting for, okay, that's a World Cup goal for the clubs. We're not waiting for a World Cup goal at the International World Cup. Because if you want to call yourself the GOAT, I need that goal in the International World Cup. Doesn't take away that Lukaku still has a World Cup semi-goal, man. From your boy Dajo RF man, thank you for the dub, man. Thank you for the dub, big man. HH, I support a team based in Tehran, Iran, called Persepolis, and I can say with confidence that we played a better game against Al-Hilal in the Asian Cup final. Oh, bro, I mean, yeah, because I want to know where these guys were from. So obviously they're the Asian champions, man, and
they are from Saudi Arabia.
Bro, these Al-Hilal guys were not bad, and I think it's what happens in these games where you can have a team who plays better, but then end up just winning and saying, "What's up, man?" But like, my fear is, bro, even if let's say Persepolis had beaten Al-Hilal and so forth, I think they would have still caused Chelsea issues. Because my thing is that Al-Hilal, these guys ain't great. So perhaps, because I don't know see the game, perhaps they won because they just had individual quality. So if you're saying that Persepolis performed and played better, Lord only knows how many more problems and issues they would have caused Chelsea. But again, as you saw from this game, because Chelsea just have that individual quality, they were able to say what's up and win. But
HH,
yeah,
who would you start on Saturday and in goal? Kepa or Mendy?
Kepa.
Really?
Kepa. Yeah, because for me, it's unfair. It's unfair. It's unfair if a guy has played a cup. I want him to go through the cup and he's playing well as well. See, if he was dodgy and so forth, then I'll be like, okay, I'm not so sure. But because he's been playing well, I'd go with Kepa.
Do you think he's improved? Do you actually think he's improved?
I'll be real with you.
Be careful,
He's
HH.
from the academy. I've got to suspend him from the academy. He's left Siberia. He's improved because
the streets are saying Lampard tax, bro.
That's cap. That's pure cap. That's pure
I don't believe it, but the streets are saying Lampard tax, bro. Because since then,
Ford, your boy, Ford. I know you love him, but have you seen the table, Ford? Ford, have you seen the table? Do you want to bring my name? Have you seen the table? Ford, they can't. My boy ain't gonna let that happen.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Good. No.
We'll give Everton and them match on time.
Ford, plead the 10th. So yeah, man. My thing is start Kepa because great penalty saver. He's still a better penalty saver than Thingy, and he's improving. Like when last did Kepa make a mistake? And look at the amounts of saves that he's been making and the kind of thing he saves. So my thing is that, bro, like right now, Kepa is not saying, okay, Mendy, you are the best keeper in the world right now. You are the freaking dude, AFCON winner. So he's number one. But Mendy now has because before it was like Mendy or no one. So now Chelsea now seem they may actually have two quality keepers now.
Can I just put my 2 cents on this in it?
Oh,
because you know what? For me, I'm not. We can break the jokes, we can do all that, but I'm just here for the real in it. I just give it the facts as I see it. Kepa still ain't it, bro. Like let's just be real. Like we saw him against Man.
I still that he's not. I've never said, Kepa's not you can't deny that he's improved from the garbage we saw before. When last did he make a mistake? And look how many.
I'll answer that, which was Man City. Like I came on the stream and I broke it down how that was a very poor goal to concede from a goalkeeper's point of view.
How long ago was that?
That was like for him. That was 3 games ago. He's only played 3 games since, so that's not long ago. Again, I'm not here to hate on Kepa because everybody knows I've had a lot to say about the guy. And he is in good form.
Mendy's still number one. Edouard Mendy's still number one.
And Mendy is still number one. And for me, personally, I would start Mendy, but I wouldn't be mad if Kepa starts. I think I could handle it, and I would trust that he would put in a good performance. And also, there's also the cut factor that if this goes to penalties, we've got a very good shot stopper. So I'm okay with it. So I'm not got any issue with that. It's just I've still not got the full confidence of when the shots come in at Kepa that I feel like, is he going to save it? And if it goes in, I'm going to be thinking, would Mendy have saved it? And that's my issue.
This way, if I wouldn't be mad if Kepa started now. If I had to choose, I'm going to choose Mendy because it's a final. It's a final. You have to play your strongest team. Kepa is not in Chelsea's strongest team.
Exactly.
So again, if he started, I wouldn't be as mad as I would, let's say, a year ago. When like, bro, hell no. I'm like, okay, Kepa, 3 games, cool, fine. But if I was making the decision, play your best team, your best available team. And in the best available team, it's Mendy.
And just to piggyback a little bit off that point before we go to the next super chats, like this is a big game. This is a final. I know we make the jokes about World Cup and all this, but this is a massive game.
2012.
Exactly. Like I was there.
How embarrassing it is because you know what I said. A Champions League team at no circumstance should they ever lose a Club World Cup. Because for me, I believe that whoever wins the Champions League is the best team in the world. Because 100%. The European teams have so there is no excuse not to win the Club World Cup as the representation of Europe. So this is redemption for 20 because I have no idea what the hell happened in 2012 under Benitez, bro.
I was there. Corinthians, they beat us 1-0. They scored a very good build-up to the goal and then a bit scrappy defending from us. Torres missed a glorious chance in the last 5 minutes, as he does.
Werner,
regen, bro. I mean, I'm just hoping Lukaku doesn't do the same.
Well, they're both blonde, so you know.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, Werner, Torres. But like, just my thing quickly with this is that again, this is a big game, and again, teams like Al-Hilal and all of these guys, they take it serious. Like you saw their fans in the crowd, like they were going crazy. I don't know if you guys saw, but they were going crazy. Even the players at the end, some of them are in tears. They're upset. Like this is everything for them, so they're giving it 200%. Now, I don't expect Chelsea to do that because. Again, we've been trying to fight for Premier Leagues, Champions League, and all that, so it's a bit different. We can't match the the appetite of teams like Al-Hilal and Plymouth and whatnot, but we still need to do more because our quality isn't at the level of Man City where it can carry us through. So we've got to meet these games with a certain amount of intensity to get through, because if not, we're going to have another Corinthians situation again. And also, just to remind people, as big as this game is, like, this game is massive.
Mm.
I can't remember the last team before Chelsea to not win the Club World Cup coming from Europe. I can't remember the last team. And since Chelsea lost it, no other team from Europe has lost that game.
No.
So we have to win on Sunday.
Because, Ford, I am going to log off Twitter or I'm going to mute most people. If Chelsea lose on Saturday, bro, I may have to deactivate. Because see, that is a level of embarrassment that I don't think I can face. So it's key. From Kurt Zouma's cat, oh God. Meow meow. I want to go back to my master cat. Look, okay. No.
Bro, did you see he got his beat
Ralph
taken away, bro?
Oh,
Ralph.
we're gonna have to go there.
Oh my gosh, they've
Ralph.
taken it too far, bro.
No, Ralph. Let's just do this.
You might can see my name in it. I'm not.
No, we'll talk. My boy Daja RF says that how the tables.
Honestly, don't read that, because that's
I can't. No. See, Daja says it. No, that's no. I can't. From Osasuna says Al-Hilal showed up in a World Cup semi. Well, did they score though? Lukaku scored though. Chelsea boy Romelu. Sage, I dare the Chelsea board to sell Timo, CL winner, GOAT. Sage, did you do a few lines of coke or something? Wait, are you okay? I think you might be drunk. Casey, Inter played to team's strength, couldn't reach a knockout, although he scored double figures in goals and assists and led them to their first league title in over 10 years. I hope that my dear Barcelona can beat Napoli in the Europa League. Oh, Casey, me too as well. I'll be supporting your boys' Bars as well, man. Shout out, man. JJ Bridge, big up Chelsea gang. Finally, Lukaku scores. Terrible game, but he scored. Amen. Yeah, bro. As long as, here's the thing. I'm happy for Lukaku. Got the win. But I believe that Chelsea can't play like that and beat Palmeiras. Chelsea will have to play much better and improve their game to beat Palmeiras on Saturday. That's just facts. From Austin here, so did Al-Hilal. Who is Al-Hilal, bro? Who is Al-Hilal? Also, Suleiman. Thank you for the double. Khalid, thank you for the double, Khalid. Hey, I'm an Al-Hilal fan. I thought we would play the best team in Europe, not the smallest club in London. Anyways, hope you win your first Club World Cup. Oh, you see, I mean, that's just that. Well, Khalid, look, all I'll say is that I was impressed with Al-Hilal. Like, first half, they were not too great. Second half, they did play a lot better. So, as bro, the issue is Igalo is trash, and I will know as being a member of Nigeria, Igalo is trash, and Marega is just a useful strike, but not.
Marega missed a huge chance. Huge chance.
The 1v1, but good save by Kepa as well. What's it called? Abdullahi, talk to me. Thoughts on the game, bro. Thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I watched the game and I was kind of impressed with the way they play. In terms of the first half, it was okay because of the intensity and everything was okay, and I was kind of okay with it. I think the problem is Chelsea were a little bit of nervous because of what happened in 2012. It's still in Bells in Aspi and I think Aspi Z. So there have been some conversation between Aspi and them Thiago about, because the is from Brazil. Like, he always tell his Brazilian player, we have to win this Club World Cup. We know how it means for the Brazilian players. He has to be in the resume. So they all know how important it is to win the Club World Cup. And in the Roman Abramovich era as in Hona, this is the cup he hasn't even won. He has won everything, and Hona could have won. But this is the trophy he hasn't won yet. So we have to win this on Saturday, regardless of whether Primary come out with an A game, B game, C game. We have to go to Saturday with a.
So no, but what do you make of the performance? What is the issue? Why can't? Because I was expecting Chelsea to, if there was ever an opportunity for Chelsea to look really good and really perform, it was against Al-Hilal, a team that they are superior to. Why can't this team perform to a high standard? Why can't I see good football, dribbling, technique, one-touch, intricate football? Why can't I see this good quality football from my
I
Chelsea?
think the problem is Chelsea can't play with towards Lukaku's strength, and the issue with that is when you're gonna play with Lukaku's strength, players like Pulisic and Odoi are not consistent enough to deliver that kind of killer instinct for Romelu Lukaku.
No, wait, but hold on. When Lukaku was on the bench and so forth, Chelsea still had these issues when they had Werner there, when they had all these guys there. So it's the level, the quality of football with or without Lukaku, it's still suffering. So what is the issue? Why can't Chelsea play an entertaining? You see what guys say? Taliban, terrorism football, anti-football.
The problem for me is I remember those years when we had a difference maker in our team. We don't have that difference maker now in Eden Hazard. In those 7.5 years we had in Chelsea, because he was the one carrying us. People may say Pedro and William, but when you have a difference maker who can get the ball from the midfield and run at you and tell you, "Come on, you want to play football, right? Let's play together. I am a baller. Let's play. Come and get the ball off me." That is the kind of difference maker we're missing in our team. We had Pulisic and Odoi, but Pulisic is like a Nigerian NEPA, on and off. Odoi should be checked. He needs to be checked.
No, relax on Odoi.
Because sometimes Odoi he play very well, but he needs to be more consistent. Sometimes just get this man out of this pitch ASAP.
He's 21.
That's
21.
I know.
He's 21.
I know.
He's 21.
That is suffering now.
He's 21, my friend. Did you look what guys say? It's 21.
How old was Eden Hazard when we bought him? He was 22.
Yeah, but Eden Hazard is a different level of talent,
comparing
bro.
Hudson-Odoi to one of the best players of his generation.
I'm not comparing Eden Hazard to
He's it.
Hudson-Odoi. I'm saying in terms of decision making and mentality. Hazard has that decision making in his head, and he's a fantastic baller.
No. But Odoi, you can't compare Hudson-Odoi, who's a talented young player, to one of the best players of his generation, a guy who was the closest thing to Messi and Neymar. So Hazard was a special player. So you can't be comparing Hudson-Odoi to what Hazard was, who was a special player.
This conversation is annoying a little bit to have it, because we've been saying this for a long time about Odoi. He is 21. Where will he come of age and become
There's context behind.
Hold up. Blackie, if he's still this way at 23 and 24, okay, boom. 21 is still 20 to 21.
There's context behind why Callum hasn't been consistent, bro. Like he got treated badly by Lampard. Sorry,
playing him out of position, right wing back.
You know how you said Sorry should have stayed for a couple more years. Sorry is the perfect person for Callum Hudson-Odoi's development, man. He was easing them into the team.
He was easing him in.
Everyone, all the fan base wanted Callum Hudson-Odoi to start every game. But Sorry just easing him in. But unfortunately, he got the injury. So.
And I think
there's context behind it.
Sarri would have never been doing any of that right wing back, left wing back crap, because Sarri was always, doesn't matter, hell, rain, whatsoever, 4-3-3, 4-3-3, 4-3-3. Because my thing is that once you drill in, and this is just the issue with Chelsea, is Chelsea, it's a poison chalice. Bram will never change. Tuchel is getting sacked. Yeah. So all about Tuchel, no, he's getting sacked. So it's not a matter of if he gets sacked; it's when he's going to get sacked. And when he gets sacked, new manager, new philosophy, restart. But my thing is that there isn't a long-term synergy of this is Chelsea's mind frame and their philosophy and their theory for 4, 5, 6 years. You just have to accept it, because Bram is like, bro, Bram is a guy right now. If you don't give me a trophy in 3 years, you're out. I'm not waiting 4 years for a process. You're out, and I'm going to get a manager to give me a trophy. So
yeah, I agree with what you said. People say we should use your Odoi at the content. I completely agree. I'm not disputing that, and I'm willing to give him time because we can see that talent in him. But the excuse, when you criticize player like Havertz, Messi, Mount, Romelu Lukaku, or Pulisic, Jorginho, Kovacic, you have to criticize Odoi too, because his decision making has been abysmal. 21 years of age, no excuse. Phil Foden is 21 years of age. So there's when you want to analyze football, you have to have context into it. What did
Foden's development's been like from Pep.
What did Foden do at the Euros? What did Foden do at the Euros?
Are you gonna bring it into this conversation now?
Yes, I am. No, because my thing is that when you're a young player, it depends on who is your manager, bro. My friend, I'm like, who in Chelsea is performing well? Which attacking player is really performing well and doing great in the Chelsea attack? Who defense?
one.
We know in Chelsea's attacking unit,
No
who
one.
is performing well? Who?
No one. Nobody.
So my thing is that the system, the coach, and the manager, that matters. We saw how good Foden is under Pep, bro. We saw him under Southgate in England. He lost his place because he obviously was not very good because system, manager, and so forth.
Okay.
No. But I think that everybody deserves criticism. Hudson-Odoi,
Yeah.
Mount, Pulisic, Werner. Nobody. So you
Don't
shouldn't
mention
say
Werner.
Lukaku.
Don't mention
Lukaku,
Werner.
Everybody has been everybody's trash in this.
Yeah,
Everyone's trash.
I agree.
Werner doesn't
I
exist
think
to me, bro.
this is where I'm gonna see. It's 21. I'm willing to give him time, but this is where I'm gonna have in the summer. I'm gonna have an issue with this because we know very well this team needs an improvement, and people have been saying sell Pulisic, sell Timo Werner. Okay, good. You sell them. I'm hearing the board that's gonna bring in Rafinha and Ousmane Dembele into the squad. That is where my issue with it. Now, if you're gonna bring
Hold on, Sage, man. If you're there, I've sent you the link if you want to join. So
if
Sage,
the club is gonna bring in Rafinha of Brazil and Ousmane Dembele of French national team, then that is an improvement in terms of the difference maker I'm talking about. That is when I want to see Odoi improve as a player, because now you're having two wingers into the team who can beat players 1v1. Odoi can do it. I'm not disputing that, but it needs to be consistent more, because sometimes it's the decision maker. I just look at him that Odoi, you can do just all the byline. It's simple.
No. But I'm like, why are we on Hudson-Odoi, bro?
I'm not
criticizing him. The entire
not.
attack is an issue. So why are we even focusing on one player when the whole freaking team is an issue?
I think
Lukaku can't run. we have a right back who can't run.
We know that. That's a discussion that I don't even, because we know it can't even run. But the problem is, I think the whole entire team for me is all about mentality, because people say this Chelsea team is a cup team. Okay, I agree, but we need, as a team now, we need to understand how we can, in terms of Premier League and the rest of the team, show more of a performance in terms of consistency, because this team here needs to perform. This is the final. No excuse. We lost to Corinthians 2 chapter 4 in 2012, a Bible verse, so you cannot do that again on Saturday. So we have to step up.
All right, okay, hold on.
Wait, can I just say quickly that I'm glad that I didn't have to defend Hudson-Odoi there, because everybody knows my agenda. So HH, I thank you. Ralph, I thank you. And when he turns into the next English Neymar, I remember you.
No. Ford, you're gonna stop there. Ford, Ralph.
HH, we need to move on.
Ralph,
we've got a lot to discuss.
No, bro. I am not Ford. You know that they're calling you backward on these streets. Guys are calling you backwards on the streets. Ford,
those are avenues. Those are avenues, HH. Those are not the streets. Those are avenues.
Ford, don't you call him the English name, please, because you're gonna get clips. Let's take some dubs. So your boy Osasuna, who says backward clip saying Al-Hilal #Feb22. Osasuna, the alleged Real Madrid fan, worry about Benzema missing the game against PSG and worry about Eminem and so forth. Feb 15, we live and so forth. We're going to have a meal and a drink. We worry about Chelsea. You worry about PSG.
Thanks for the super chat.
Merci beaucoup. Osasuna again says, team's name is so fun to add to the end of anything. Chelsea Kaka, Conte Kaka, Zuma Katska. I need a daddy.
That's fucked up.
Osasuna, I know it pains you that we beat the crap out of your club.
Could you skip mine?
Hold on, it's easy. And Kanté owned your midfield three and so forth. And I know it's hurty that Lukaku scored in the World Cup semi. I know it's hurty, bro. From Wing Bubani, Kepa needs 100 good back-to-back games before leaving the academy. Relax, man. Relax.
Facts.
At
least 50. At least 50.
So Detroit's Rock City says, shout out to Hostage FC for beating Al-Hilal. #Luke lives. And yes, I did try to jump out the window when my team lost to Drogba in the 2012 UCL final. You see, now I'm not going to read this out. I can't read this out.
I told you to skip it.
No. You see, I mean, I'll say something. Sorry, look, I can't read that out. But thanks to the Dodo, but I can't do that. Wing Wubani, thank you for the Dodo, says, HH thinks show over sick. but Cho dribbles backwards. Wayne Gubane, you are the only person on this planet that rates Christian Pulisic. So well done. You are 1-1. You're the only person on planet Earth who rates Christian Pulisic.
American
Boy Danny
investment.
King says, when will Chelsea fans stop defending this Cho guy? He's 21. He's 21. Relax. God
The thing
damn.
is, I see this is where I got
The
coming.
Chelsea
Not everyone's
fans
coming
not
from my boy.
realise how
I got to
much
come in
time
here.
let go.
The thing is, yeah,
Yes.
Hudson passes the eye test for one. Again, I don't know what.
No,
you
he
man see, but for
doesn't.
me,
Stop
he
that
passes
cap.
the eye
That's
test.
cap.
Let me
That's
land.
cap.
What you-
That's cap. That's cap.
Listen.
Let me land.
How is it cap? How is
Let
it
me
cap?
land. As I was saying, Hudson passes the eye test first start. If you check all the statistics, because I know a lot of you guys, you love the statistics. You love to see, oh, who's got XG this, XG that, all that, blah, blah, blah. His progressive dribbles, his ball retention, all of those stats are high up. They're one of the highest in the league and in Europe, especially for his age group. In terms of what he does, people look at him and think, oh, he needs to be running past 5 people in a game and doing all of this stuff like he's a Dama Traore. No, he's not that kind of player. Like I mentioned before in previous streams, he's lost a little bit of pace, especially due to that injury, which people take for granted. Again, an Achilles tendon injury at that age, that normally ruins careers. So the fact that he's come back from that, people need to be patient and also understanding with him. Now, I'm not saying that anytime he has a bad game, like against Brighton, for example, that we should let him off the hook. No, you should criticize him in context of who he is as a player, where he is in this team, and compared to guys like Pulisic, Ziyech, until recently, Werner, Havertz, you haven't been performing. Guys who have been bought in for big money, guys who are older than him, more experienced than him, who are not performing on a consistent basis like he's performing. Now, like I'm going to say with Hudson-Odoi, give him time. Give him time, and you will
Yeah, I
see.
agree with
And
that.
you will all be proven wrong.
All right.
To support,
Wait, no. Hold on.
please.
Sage hasn't talked yet.
Sage,
Sage,
I will- Sage will go.
wait.
No,
Sage.
it's fine. But I was just gonna say I agree with what most of the
Why
forgot his
can
name.
this team play good football? Explain
Oh,
that.
obviously. At
Against
this point, I'm just
Al-Hilal.
going to be repeating myself. But what worries me the most is the fact that we just managed to score 1 goal against Al-Hilal. Like, 1 goal. Like, listen, against
And a bad
Al-Hilal,
goal
you
too.
don't need instruction. You don't need formation. You just need to play football. Like, I understand that I might sound ignorant when I say that, but it worries me at this moment right now, the type of football we're playing. We understand we're missing Chilwell and Reece James, and they're very crucial in how we play football. But I don't care. It's Al-Hilal.
HH.
It's like playing against a team in the League One, not even the Championship. That worries me.
But
And I'm going to say this.
Who is to blame? Why is this team?
There's no. I don't think there's anyone to blame really. It's just mainly the board, because we have players from different areas and stuff under different managers. I wouldn't blame it on Tuchel, definitely. If there's one man I wouldn't blame, it's Tuchel, because I still don't understand how we want to see her with this trash, garbage, doo doo,
It was a miracle, man.
armpit hair players. I just don't understand yet. But I'm glad we did, because hopefully this is a foundation that we can build on, and that's what I'm hoping for. I don't care how long it takes, 2 windows, 4 windows, it doesn't matter. Just get Aspilicueta out, get Marcos Alonso Mugabe, whatever the fuck his name is, get him out. Just get all the trashness out and keep Werner, because he's actually the GOAT. Keep Werner. That's all I have to say.
Are you okay?
No.
The thing is, you were low key spitting until you said that. But
No, I don't understand what you guys say, Werner. I understand he plays trash football, but Werner. Listen, okay.
Wait, hold on. Mute your
We
mic.
need
You're
to-
trolling, bro. You're trolling. I know you're trolling.
But I'm not trolling.
I know you're trolling. Nice troll. So Danny King says, I give you the dub, Danny. When will Chelsea fans stop defending this Cho guy? They hate
when
him.
he's 24, I'm not performing. That's
Thank
when
you.
I'll stop.
Light
Werner's
Testament
24.
Light Testament says problem with Cho.
Werner isn't performing.
No 1v1. Well, I mean, no, that's just cap. Okay, now Nathaniel, talk to me, man. Your thoughts. Why is this team playing like this, bro?
Yeah, can I first speak on Zouma situation, please?
Oh no. We've not gotten there yet. Just speak about the game first. What game? We talked about Zouma afterwards.
The game, I was actually in sixth form. I had to go onto the bus and watch the game. It was a struggle seeing Lukaku's bold head whilst in the bus. But he played well, and I'm happy for him. When he scored, I was very happy because you can see in a tweet I had, I literally said before the game, he's going to score. And I'm very impressed with it. I actually wanted the front three of Ziyech, Havertz, Lukaku, and it worked out today. We haven't got a Russian double spy agent called Werner in our team. So, so good. And Mount, this guy's trash.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. Mount,
Wait, hold on. Let him land. Let him land.
Mount, when he came on, he's the most overrated guy I've ever seen. These proper Chelsea fans, they with Stella and flipping alcohol, they always talk about how good he is. This guy, he's average. I want him to hold the bench. Cho, Pulisic, these guys are clear of Mount, man. You can see Mount coming on, and he's trying to be rude to those Al-Hilal players. Like, what's he doing? His pedigree is not even higher. He's on the same level as those Al-Hilal players. So I'm just happy that Chavez and Lukaku pulled out. And the reason why we're playing so bad is the system. It's relying on Jorginho, who is slow. Look at this. There's a reason why every midfielder next to Jorginho got injured. Kante, Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, they all got injured next to Jorginho. So I thought they have to work twice as hard to win the ball back because Jorginho is a liability in this team.
No, man. No, stop, man. Jorginho actually helps this team click sometimes.
He helps the team, exactly. Of course he helps the team, but there's always, in every good thing, there's a bad thing.
Yeah, but we're not going to blame Jorginho
can I go
for
next
the reason
slightly?
our attackers are asked.
Wait, hold on.
Narrative, bro.
Wait. Let me take some dubs and then I'll come to the stage. So, LSK Laxon, who supports Boychester Divided. Shout out to Project Neymar. Is this team's level? So wait, guys, I think it's been 6 years since Boychester Divided have won a major trophy. Going on to 7 years now, because now they have to either win the UCL or that's it. So if they don't win the Champions League, it will now be 7 years since they won a major trophy. So I think that's I think you should worry about that more so, LSK Laxon. Wing the traits on Bani. As for Cho, if you're a worse finisher than Werner, shake my head. Oh man, Umbani, you're a bloody
Thanks
hater.
for the super chat.
Respect the reincarnation of it.
And you're a hater. So Seiji, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to address what Nathaniel said, the Chelsea fan. That's cap. It was a bunch of nonsense, especially about Mount. I would just like to remind everyone that, of course, we shouldn't. Like, I don't understand why people blame Mount for being our most creative, especially consistent player of Chelsea. It's not his fault that he's surrounded by trashness. Like, he's the only Chelsea player who has double-digit goals and assists, who's actually producing, and we're criticizing him. Like, it's not his fault that.
At the end of the day, Mount still doesn't have great games. Now, all because you're the best out of a bad bunch does not exempt you from criticism.
Well, he's still providing. We shouldn't like bash him or anything. I understand Mount he shouldn't be the guy, but Mount is clutch sometimes. Like what he did in the CL last season, he's clutch. He's consistent. He's one of the only consistent players we have in this football club. I don't think we should be focused on him because Tuchel trusts him. If Tuchel trusts him, he must be doing something right. And I understand he has shaky games now and then. He lacks intelligence in the final third. But Mount is the only player we have who we can look to and say he's consistent out of the bunch of trashness we have. So I don't think we should be pointing our fingers on Mount. Mount is one of our only good players in this football team.
That's not true. Ziyech,
that's very true.
You tell me. Ziyech, you saw us go against Spurs. There's no way in hell Ziyech is getting benched by Mount, who's a English merchant farmer who should be playing. He should be a shop owner at Co-op, bro. This guy should be collecting milk.
No, that's deep. I would have said Iceland, but that's deep. But that's so why is K Jackson? Because I want to because we're about to go to so it says how many did London Blues score against Halal FC? Oh, oops, I'm sorry, I don't know what it feels like to win a trophy because my bum-ass trash club hasn't won a trophy in 6 years. Why? Don't feel bad. Don't worry. I'll tell you how it feels.
CFC time.
So wait. So again, let's just keep it very brief because we're going to talk more about this maybe tonight or today. So for Lazumans, talk to me about Lazumans.
All right. So cool. From the beginning of this call, obviously the video comes out of Zouma and some of his friends messing about with a cat. Let's put it like that, right?
Yeah.
He drop kicks the cat in the video, and then later on he slaps the cat in a similar way that you would expect like an African uncle to do to like a bad child or something, right?
Yeah.
So obviously nobody here, I hope nobody here would advocate for behavior like that. I think everybody would say that that's terrible, disgusting, stupid. I think for me the word that comes to mind is just stupid because it wasn't something out of like malice, like, oh, I'm directly abusing a cat
No, it's just like
hurt
why
it, but
why do it? Why?
it's just like I think it's to me it seemed like comedy. Again, this is just my subjective opinion. I think it was more like a comedy kind of thing where look, we're taking the piss out of the cat, like out
like
of
comedy
fun.
in bad taste. In bad
Yeah,
taste, comedy in bad taste.
in terrible taste.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be fined from the club, fined by the club. I think the RSPCA, who are specialists in this field, should take action, and I believe they did go to the house. They confiscated. They took away the cats and any other animals that he has, and I think that's fair. And I think he should be not publicly maligned, but he deserves a fair bit of criticism for what
He's
he did.
facing
Because
possible prison time in France, bro.
so that's where
yeah.
where like the page kind of turns, and it's like, okay, now everybody needs to relax, because like I said, what he done was terrible, was wrong. But again, the reactions to it are kind of crazy. I mean, the way it's blown out of proportion.
Do you not think he got fined too much?
So what was the fine? Can you just confirm that figure?
250K.
2 weeks wages. So 250,000.
Way too much.
I don't think I can earn that in like 20 lives.
Way
if that was a certain type of player, it would be a less amount. But since it's a black guy, it has to be more.
So I mean, like,
so we'll get to that point. Yeah. So we'll get to that, because again, with fines, so like for instance, the Luis Suarez fine back in the day, that was what
40K.
40.
40, I believe.
40. Wow. Okay, so that was 40. I thought it was even more than that. So 40,000. That was back in the day for a racist act, which was proven, and obviously got an 8-match ban as well with that. And you see things like now Adidas have dropped him as a sponsor, which is a massive step. And I'm not even going to say that's wrong or right. I just think that's a massive thing to do. But then when you dig a little bit deeper, you find out that Adidas also were one of the biggest sponsors for Luis Suarez back in the day. And all they did was condemn his actions. They didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna drop him now as a client." They're like, "No, he was racist, slap on the wrist."
Ford, let's spell it out. And this is something I put out on Twitter. Let's spell it out, because I know where you're going. But let me just, the car said, but let me put like a booster pack in the car. This Western society views pets as they view pets higher than they do black people. I always knew this for a long time, but this has just confirmed it, and it is what it is. You have a law here in this place, and you can go to prison for what you do to a cat or a dog. So, but the reality is what Zouma is now realizing is you should have known. See, I knew this before, because I know how people look at me, and I don't know how people look at stray dogs and stray cats. So what is just fascinating and amazing to watch is like, wow, what I always knew is now real. That no, these guys, they treat these pets seriously. It is deep.
I'll tell you. Even as a black teenager, walking to get my brother from school on like a Tuesday, some of these people, they look at me like I'm gonna steal their like kids. They look at me like I'm a animal or something. I just walk normally like I'm a good guy.
Wait. No, Nathaniel, what do you mean like an animal? You are an animal to these guys. Like, don't say like, no.
Yeah.
You are an animal, but you're a lower form of animal compared to cats and dogs. Like, guys, let's not just run out the brush. There are people. You see, people wouldn't say it in public because of to save face, but people in private, that's cat and dog. They see them as higher than your black body, 100%. And the reaction that they're seeing from this is proof that, bro, if you do anything to a cat and dog, it enrages them. A black person, okay, it's bad, and racism is bad, and so forth. Hence why you're seeing statements such as like, this is worse than racism, this is the worst thing before. Like, the reactions to this have been fascinating. But this is the world. These guys, bro, they sleep with their dogs. They sleep with their dogs. Like, the way they treat their dogs and cats is way better than that they'll treat any black person that they know.
And just to piggyback on that, HH, because again, like you said, it's fascinating to watch people's reaction to this. And again, now some people watching this, maybe I'm not going to presume what they are, their culture, their beliefs, but they'll be thinking, why are these people now talking about race when this is an incident to do with a cat? Now, from our perspective, seeing this, I've seen waking up today, somebody like Chris Kirkland, former Premier League goalkeeper, talking about on a national channel, saying that what happened to the cat is worse than racism, worse than some of the things we've seen footballers do, which is insinuating what a certain Mr. Greenwood did, saying that was worse what happened to the cat, that's worse than racism and potentially rape. That's worse
Yeah,
because the
they're
cat's
crazy, man.
defenseless. How mad is that? Again, also referencing the Adidas situation where they have two clients. One done something that was racist, gave him a slap on the wrist, and Luis Suarez. Kurt Zouma kicks a cat. Terrible thing to do. Stupid thing to do. But he gets instantly dropped after a day.
I need to bring up
It's
a big
it's
claim.
ridiculous to me. So again, I haven't really got much more to say other than that. Like, I'm not going to talk much of my personal experiences because I didn't really experience that on.
HH, do you
I don't
remember?
really feel comfortable putting that on a public platform.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's
HH.
just again, it's fascinating watching the reactions to this, and this is how some
Yeah,
people
can I
show
go?
their arse in this.
No, wait. You remember what happened with John Terry? I'm not going to go into too much detail, but John Terry, he said something racist to a QPR player. The proper Chelsea, they didn't care. They said, "Oh, that's our captain, leader legend." And when that happens, just look at the difference between a pet
Bro, I
and
hate
all
that
this nonsense.
professionals.
So
I hate them, bro.
I can't when I'm watching England, I can't really support them that much. It's hard because the fans, it's just hard to support them.
Bro, you know,
Yeah,
you know that night the
Ralph
video
and then Page, Ralph.
You know when that video came out, the night when the Zouma video came out, yeah, the way Chelsea fans flipped on Zouma, bro. Let me be 100 with you. Like, this is, you probably think, oh, I'm crazy or something.
Okay.
I do not care about that cat, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't like my worry. Like, obviously, what he done was wrong, but the reaction towards him, like, I'm sure he's gotten racist abuse. This is my problem. He said sorry. He apologizes, and I'm sure Zouma is a nice person, bro.
Oh yeah,
he's a nice person. You can tell that he would vibe with all of us.
Like, no. He made a mistake. Like Ralph. Ralph. That's the key thing. You made a very key point there. Even after him saying sorry and apologizing, no, because Ralph, what you're seeing with the reaction is cats and dogs are treated and are seen as better and more valuable than my black self, your black self, and all of our black selves. So for Ralph, just look at the reactions to people. Look at how deep people are taking this stuff and everything. Look at the things on Instagram for kicking a cat. For me, Ralph, I owned a cat. And for me, I actually like cats. You know, I always like cats and everything. So, but my thing about it is that I don't like cruelty to any animals. Like, if you want to eat an animal, kill it, eat it, boom. But making any living thing suffer, I don't like that. So for me, I'm like, bro, I don't like that. But my thing is just the reaction to it.
Yeah, for me, what he did was bad. Okay, it was bad, but they're destroying the man. Like, they're beating him while he's down, bro. Like, I hope, like,
because these guys love.
I hope these guys advocate for mental health, but bro. Like, I wonder how Zouma's feeling right now, because he must be like, he's lost everything.
No, Ralph. No, Ralph. The thing is that, again, I have to reiterate, these people care deeply about their cats and dogs. Yeah. It is very deep, and you're now seeing how deep they care about these cats and dogs.
But the way he's losing his money, his sponsorships, his boot deals, bro.
See, Ralph, what I want to see is, I want to see what the end goal is. Because I want to see, are you going to prosecute him? Are you going to end his career? Is he going to go to prison? Because if all these things happen, Ralph, that'll be very interesting.
They've set a president now. So if a racist incident happens, they have to find that person who does the racism, that amount of money, bro. I want to see the same energy. That's what I want to see.
Ralph, you want to know, Ralph? I'm saying right now, you're not seeing this. Like, Ralph, see, the key thing here, and we'll talk about this more like on the hangouts and everything. People are hypocrites. All I want are just for people to admit they're hypocrites and they don't keep the same energy. That's what I want, because what people need to realize is that everyone's a hypocrite. Just admit you're a hypocrite, it's cool. We're not perfect. We think we're perfect, and we think that we are equal to anything.
Yeah, they're biased.
So safe.
I just want to touch on the whole race thing real quick about the Western stuff. It's true, because as black people, sometimes like we have to walk and like talk a certain way to like make these people comfortable, or else, you know, we're pictured as these like weird people and stuff, and when we seem out like violent. But as the whole cat situation, like what he did was wrong, but I think people are just overreacting. Like I'm not saying people should do that to their pets, but my message to young people out there, any people out there, is like the only time you should be a cat is to procreate. That's the only time you should do it. But other than that, don't abuse animals, especially pets. That's all I want to say.
Let me just take some what I want to see from the guys, man. From Mr. Mans, thank you for the dog, Mr. Mans here. One said, not all cultures highly value animals. Deal with it. But you're in a country that does, and unfortunately, you have to adhere to the rules, bro. One says, my Aqua Bomb friend ate their own dog. God damn. So, but I say for me, like, there are cultures that eat cats and dogs. They're not barbaric. They just happen to eat cats and dogs. So it doesn't make them wrong. Just as some people eat cats and dogs, other guys view them as pets. Hassan says, what Zuma did was catastrophic. P.S. Zuma kick a dog. Wow. Abdullahi, man, talk to me, man. What are your thoughts on this whole Zuma thing, man, before we head out here?
Actually, I've watched the video and I was like, I think for me, we know Zuma to be like someone who's kind of cool and not someone who's like kind of other kind of football player. You see, this stuff happen, but I think the way, this is English, this is EPL, and we know the way English people kind of hype so many stuff. A little things English media is gonna like just put it up in some stupid way that has manner. So I can understand what they did it was wrong. I'm not saying what they did is right, but I think for me, it's like it's covered on apologize and okay, this is what I did. I'm wrong about it, and let it go. It happens. But now this is how English media is gonna be surfacing it, writing some papers that doesn't make any sense, hyping up something that because they want to make money. So like it's annoying. So and I can understand Zuma's what's called Zuma's position in terms of that aspect. I know how bad he will feel as a human being. I understand that, but we just have to calm down. People just need to calm down and understand that this stuff.
No. I'll like it. They won't. They care deeply about the dogs and cats, and they care more.
I know America here they care about dog and cat. I know that. I know, but they just need to calm down. It's like it's annoying right now, but just have to just calm down and let things go. It happens. I'm not saying what he did is right. It just happened, but now it happens in England now. It won't go well because it's in England. Any little things is gonna get hyped up a lot. So it happens. This is England, and Zuma needs to Zuma now. Before he does, he needs to be understand that this is era of social media. When you do little things, it get put out on social media. So players need to be very careful when they make a decision, when they decide on doing things. So sometimes they have to use their brain and think something very quick and fast to make a better decision making. For me.
Before we go, let me even show you, just to give you a little peek, show you Zuma's Instagram. Let me just show this to you. Just to show you a little pic of what's really happening, man. Because it's deep, man.
I heard
So look at that there. Shame on you. We won't forget what you've done. Animal abuser, for disgusting behavior, beating cats. Now are we? Abuser, animal abuser, animal abuser. I'm glad that you aren't a Chelsea player anymore. I've written to West Ham to have him removed. Abuse is abuse. Animals are human. Please write to West Ham too. But it's cool to abuse pigs, chickens, and so forth, though.
Do you know what I'm glad about
this? To your own pets? That's just sick, man.
I heard the West Ham fans are planning on instead of booing him, they're planning they kind of take the mic and say them and sound like a cat when he has the ball.
Do you know what I'm glad about this situation? A lot of like the black community are actually they're not like sticking up for Zuma. They understand what he did is wrong, but they're also standing by him by like defending him, saying that they're going way too far.
No, Ralph. This is why this is an amazing moment, because every black person is like, oh, yeah, they really do care more about this and will give as much more energy for this than racism. It's like, yeah, like basically, this one for every black guy is like, this is like a eureka moment. That's yeah. They care more about their pets than us. Like they value their pets more than us. So for any black person, it's like this is just a revealing moment. Now, I could have told you this was true because I know, bro, there was one time when I was walking down the street and I didn't, because I'm a bit iffy with dogs. Like I'm not really a big fan of dogs. I was walking down the street and I just saw this dog. And I was like, whoa! If you look at the way this white lady looked at me, I was like, a freaking dog just appeared out of nowhere. And she was like, it's a dog. Okay, it's okay. I know humans. I don't know free freaking dogs. So when I saw dogs, I was like, whoa, jeez, what the heck is this? But
You're more concerned about the dog than you.
because dogs are so embedded into society and are literally either next to humans or higher than humans. For her, it's like, wait, why are you so freaked out to buy what is essentially my family member, which is this dog? Guys, this is deep. This is deep because they take their pets very seriously. And for me, I'm a guy who, bro, I don't like to see any living thing harmed. No living thing should be harmed. But to see how much energy you're giving to someone kicking a cat, as opposed to the mental trauma that is caused by racism and so forth.
These dogs, right? What they do is they even buy them. They do birthdays for them. They give them names. They even buy them rings. Some of they cherish them as if their own child.
It's true because it's like people say calm down. They're not going to calm down.
They're not going to calm down, bro. Because sometimes the reason why people get pets in the first place is
What videos have the most views on YouTube? Cat videos. If you look at the videos that have the most views, of course we have, but the videos are cat videos. White people in the West, they don't joke with their dogs and cats, bro. This is not a joke. Like, okay, racism, okay, yeah. No, my cat and my dog. So, and the most revealing thing is that, and this is real, if there's a video of someone kicking a black child, people will feel, oh man, that's bad. But they will feel more aggrieved by a cat being kicked than a black child being kicked. And that's the scariest reality. That is the scariest reality right there. And it is just what it is. They value their pets more than your blood, more than your black ass man. So let me just take these videos and we'll be out of here.
Yeah.
Hold up. Yeah. So JJ Bridgman says, HH, no cap. I work with guys that their national dish involves cats. No cap. Google Dominican Republic, the island cats menu. Oh no, bro, like I know of guys who eat dog and eat cats, and it's actually like a ritualistic thing, and it's like a potent key thing. So my thing is that all because you don't eat cats and dogs, it doesn't mean that other guys don't do the same, because people have other different standards, man. You know? So like again, cats and dogs, because as I told you, like we'll talk more about this before. When I was growing up in England, I thought that Chinese people eating dogs was barbaric. I thought, oh my God, that's terrible. But I'm like, no, they just eat dogs. Because you've just decided to make cats and dogs pets, whereas these guys believe cats and dogs should just be eaten. So yeah. Waske Jackson, man. Thank the dog, man. The reaction is blown way out of proportion. But this guy, Luma, paving like prehistoric cavemen in 2022 in Queen Lizzie's country too. And then on top of that, the clown did it in front of kids. You see, look, my thing here is it was wrong. Like I was even discussing, my brother was even much. My brother was like, bro, this guy is, what kind of mad bushman is this? So, but my thing is that look, it was wrong. Like that's what I say, it's bad. The key thing here that what he did is bad. You apologize and you say sorry, okay, what I did is bad. But my issue is the reaction. Be very clear here. What you did was bad. You shouldn't be kicking and slapping a cat. So why would you do that to a cat? You know why? Why would you do that to anything? Pig or so forth. Why would you cause harm to a living thing that's not trying to harm you? I've never understood that when people do that. But my thing though is people's reaction. But now this is the key he said. Because my brother said, bro, you don't do that in England. You don't touch dogs or cats in England, because for these guys, dogs and cats, it's deep. In Queen Lizzie's country, dogs and cats, it's deep.
It's like they gave birth to it. It's like they gave birth to it. Literally.
So what did they say?
Nah, I said it's like they flipping give birth to these dogs and cats. The way they treat it, it's like their own child.
So wait, Ford, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to raise one point, just to close, because Ralph made a point earlier about, I think it was Ralph at least. He said that it'll be interesting to see what they do next when the next racism incident happens, and if they're going to keep the same energy. And it's like, we don't need to wait. We already know. We've seen it so
it doesn't fit
times.
The narrative. They'll never say anything on it.
We've seen so many times in the past when something happens, and it's just, there's an uproar about it. They will contact John Barnes because he's black to come on a news channel and talk about it. They'll get their black friends to go and talk about it, and all of this. They get all the black people that they can to go and talk
But
about
they be
it.
out here tongue kissing their pets. That's what's worse.
Kick it out on all of these platforms, but they won't actually do anything productive with it.
Here's my thing. Why should you be angry for it? See, I'm a realist. People are hypocrites. We pick and choose. We fight for what we like. We don't fight as hard for what we like. For white people in England, they feel closer kinship to cats and dogs than black people they don't know. That's just the reality. So when racism comes, I don't know. I don't have any. So a white people I don't know any black friends. Most black people, I think, are just rappers or just thugs. I particularly don't really surround myself with black people. So why should I care about the racism issue? As opposed to, I love cats. I've got a pet cat. I love dogs. I have a pet dog. So yeah, I'm going to care more and be affected more by cats and dogs because I feel close to cats and dogs than I do to black people who I don't feel. So for a white guy who has no black friends, hardly interacts with black people, for them, they're like, no, cats and dogs. See, our assumption is we are all human beings and we have a closeness to everyone that's human beings and so forth. But that's the mistake that we make. See, the assumption is that, as humans, you should care for all humans. In an ideal world, we should all care the same, but you would assume that if everyone was human, you would care the same. But that's just false. The fact is that this is my pet. I don't know you, Mr. Black person. I don't freaking know you. So why should I care about what you're going through when I don't know you? I have no affection towards you, but I've got more affection towards this cat and this dog. So when racism comes, I'm like, yeah, we'll do all the stuff, but you see, this is what I loved. I love what has happened. It's amazing. What you're seeing is when you truly care about something, you're going to react accordingly.
The color
These
show.
people, they don't truly care about black people. They care in the kind of like, okay, it's the right thing to do, but they don't truly care. They truly care about cats because you're seeing how it affects them. And that's just the sad reality.
I'll tell you what they care about.
You are lower than the cat and the dog. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what they care about. They care about their public image, which is why they'll try and put effort into looking like they care with making players take the knee and, again, bringing people like John Barnes and whoever they want to talk about these issues. But when it comes to actually being about it, when it comes to actually make action, they don't make action.
Remember how they pulled out?
Last year, wait, let me finish. Again, Ralph made the point about what happens next time. We saw what happened last time. We saw what happened with the Rangers player, Glenn Kamara, who's racially abused by, I believe, a Spartak Prague player called Kudela. And there was such a big uproar at the time about what's going to happen with sanctions and all of this. And all that happened was that the player got a 10-match ban, but he didn't get fined. I've just been researching it for the last 20 minutes, and he didn't get a single fine. You want to know who got fined? The Sparta Prague and Rangers players got fined for not being able to control their players in the incident. They both got fined 9,000. Whereas Kurt Zouma now has been fined 6 digits. He's been fined 6 digits for kicking a cap, which again was terrible. And this is me talking. Again, for me, Zouma was one of the top 3 favorite players ever for me as a Chelsea fan. That's just me, just my personal preference because I like the guy. Again, the guy's known as Kurt Happy Zouma. I watched his documentary even a few months ago. Great guy, comes from a great family. He's been in this country for almost 10 years. Like, he feels part of the culture, which is why I'm ashamed that he would do something this silly. Because again, it's a stupid act to do. In this country. But at the same time, the reactions, like you said, HH, it's fascinating. It's very fascinating. So I know where I stand. I always knew where I stood. And it's just funny seeing a lot of hypocritical people come out who didn't have the same energy for racist incidents and other social injustices. But
no.
And also, Ford, to see.
Ford, all I ask for is that I don't need you to have the same energy. I don't want you to. All I need you to do is just accept your hypocrisy. That's it. What I don't like is you pretending to be something that you.
But see, that's the thing, HH. In this country, they love they're subtle with it. They're not like in America and other countries. They're blatant with their racism. They'll just be upfront with it. They'll be like, I don't like you because you look like this, and I prefer people who look and talk like this. In this country, they're subtle with it. They come with the indirects. They don't say it to your face, but they'll say it behind your back, and then you get your P45 and you think, why did I get sacked? I was doing a good job here. But no, they didn't want you because you don't look like Frank down the road who we go to the pub with and have a jolly up.
Yeah.
You come from this background, you look like this, you wear this kind of clothes, your hair's like this. Or can I touch your hair though? Your hair looks like I want to touch it, but I don't want to work with you on a daily basis.
I just remembered,
that's the difference.
I just remembered, do you know I don't watch WWE anymore, but a WWE superstar, bro, came out and was criticizing Zuma the other day. I was so shocked, and a UFC one as well. I was
it was
like,
Jan Blachowicz, the UFC file.
bro, I was so shocked. I was like, UFC and WWE superstars. I was like, damn, this is some serious stuff.
No,
bro.
it's no. But you see, like the world is so stupid.
Crazy.
The world is so stupid because like once something now there's now a race to be like who can condemn Zuma the most and everything, who can sit because the world is stupid. It's stupid right now, and especially with social media, it's even extra. That's which is why for me, like I'm like, obviously we have to talk about this on the hangouts and everything. I want to comment to the bump, bro. Saturday, Club World Cup final, Champions League. For me, I'm not dwelling on this. I'm not giving this any more energy than it's there. So use social media guys can do because, bro, I told you, I don't own a cat. I don't own a dog. I just believe that you harming living things is wrong and you shouldn't do it. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to lose sleep over it because I don't own a cat or a freaking dog. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't
watch cat videos, bro. So, but you know.
Well, I hope Zuma's okay, bro. That's what.
No, Zuma's fine, bro. He dropped to 7.6 when I checked the silver score.
Bro,
he was eating good, bro.
After today's event,
no. My guy's calm.
Let's see. I'm being real with you right now. Like, I think this thing is going to spiral to a point where, like, people will start attacking him. Because see, you have to understand that people are mad. They're mad, and especially people who are really deep into their dogs. Like, you have to understand this. This isn't a racism issue. This is about cats and dogs. So there are people who may attack him because of what he did. Because again, I'm trying to explain this to people. I don't care about this black dude. I don't know this freaking black dude.
HH, can you show the Wing and Barney comment?
I love cats. I love dogs. So what he did truly pained me. I don't care about. I don't know this black dude. Who the freak is this black dude? Oh, it's wrong, race. I know it's wrong. Blah, blah. I don't know this black. I have no black guys. Who cares? I have a cat. You with that cat. So this could get even deeper.
You know, the interesting thing for me is that he did get backed by his club, and obviously I did think it was a slightly strange decision for them to play him, given all the noise around it, because the noise is crazy. Again, for me, not that I think cat issues are the same as racist abuse, but whatever. Obviously, we understand this country. So
let me real with you. After he put out that apology, I'd play him. You see, because Ford, I didn't think that it would be this big. See, my things are, bro, Zoom, you have to come out, apologize, say sorry, boom. So, of course, I'd play him, but Ford, I didn't know it was going to be this extreme.
But see, the thing is, I saw how big it was getting, though, because you look at the people that have been coming out. Jeff Stennon, like Ralph said, the WWE guy came out, obviously, Jan Blachowicz, former UFC champion, came out. Like, this has gone worldwide. Like, even Eva Canero, doctor at Chelsea.
Mike Vick and the whole dog thing with Mike Vick.
Yeah.
NFL, same thing.
Exactly. And even Eva Canero, again, former Chelsea doctor, one of the biggest names like recently with Chelsea that isn't a player. Again, everybody moans at her scandal with Jose Mourinho, so she's got a massive following. She's come out massive against Zuma, somebody that's obviously would have worked closely with Zuma for years. And she's speaking up mad about it. So when I saw all of that happening, Jeff Stelling, Chris Kirkland, so many people. Oh, she went ham on Zuma, bro. She'd been a whole thread about how terrible it is.
Wait, who?
Eva Canero. Former Chelsea doctor, the one that obviously Mourinho slandered, got out of the club, and then a settlement in court and all of that.
I don't mean to be rude, but who cares what she
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Well, I mean, she's got a massive following, so there's a lot of people, not me and you, but a lot of people that do care, which is why the noise was so much that I thought it was kind of surprising that they would play him, which is why, again, I think one of the brands that sponsor West Ham called Vitality, they pulled out because they're saying that, oh, we don't want to sponsor West Ham anymore because you don't treat dogs and cats abuse seriously. And again, that's why to me it's fascinating. I love that word. It's fascinating seeing that reaction.
I need to see what the
do you think if he played for a bigger club?
I need to see what is the end game.
Do you think if he played for a bigger club, he would get his sponsorships taken away? I don't think he would.
No, my thing is that is he going to be sacked? Is he going to stop being?
I think Zuma was a bigger name.
He now have to go and play in Qatar because bro. He may now have to go and play in Qatar or Saudi. I just wanted to see what the fallout is of this. That's what I want to.
If that happens, that's crazy. If he gets run out of this country, that's crazy.
If he's sacked and I have to play in Saudi Arabia and Qatar, like that's fascinating. Oh no, this is so. I love this, bro. This is.
You know what,
fascinating.
H is one thing I would just add is, you know what, I understand the racism part. I get that cats and dogs, they're viewed higher. I get that.
Yeah.
But rapists and pedophiles have been condemned in this country, proven right, like proven in a court of law that they did wrong, and they've come back and played football and kicked football in this country still. People like Adam Johnson, something I forgot his first name, Goodwillie or whatever. He came back and tried to play for a club the other day. Guys who've been convicted felonists, like rapists and pedophiles. So if Zouma for kicking a cat gets kicked out of this country, that says even more about this country that I didn't even realize.
I can't. I can't
mad.
wait, bro. So wait, let me just say something to us, man. From N1 ABJ Driver says, shout out to the panel. Good win. On to the final. Yes, on to the final, bro. Let's do this. Palmeiras, man, will be Twitch and YouTube afterwards, man. Crispy says that, what's the fine for racism? Just asking. Someone said, I think someone replied to me, because I asked it on Twitter, and I think it's 100 and something thousand. But that was to a club. So I'm not sure what the fine is for a player, but the fine, I think they fined Hungary, the Hungary air for like 150 something thousand.
That's a whole federation, though. Like,
no,
players are only getting fined like maybe 10, maybe tens, or maybe, maybe 50,000 at most.
Yeah, about 40K. From Dinesh Krai, man, says that even racism in UK will never change because in school you've been taught how good the British Empire was good. You never taught the bad side. Oh no, of course not. Bro, I told you, like, bro, if I tell you some of the stories I had to go through dealing with racism in school, because see, that's a key thing, because people are saying, because I'm going to do a video on this explaining. They say, oh, being physically harming a living thing is worse than racism. Do you know? See, again, it's like, I was going to say, white people should never comment on racism because you never receive it the same way
can I speak on
minority does. So my thing is that, do you know the mental trauma that comes with being racially abused? No, you don't, because you never can, because you're white. You know. So let me just take this job and then I'll come to apply. So my thing is that it's. I mean, again, guys, they're mad. They're mad. From anyone. And guys, cats greater than racism in the Western world. Shake my damn head. Yes. That's what it is. Yes. Just more. Watch how the EPL will have #RespectCats campaign. Yes. Yes. It's happening. Yes. Anyone able to say, shout out to the. Oh, sorry, words. Yes. Abdullahi, talk to me.
I think this is why I said the first time that the mistake Zouma made was to do it like publicly, where people have to capture him, because this is the era of social media, and now this is England. This will not go well for it's not going to go well for a very long time. Even despite him as a player in England, it won't go well because this is the era of social media. And like I said, he needs to be intelligent and be smart enough as a football player just to make a stupid, I call it stupid decision making. Because
but Abdullahi, he made a mistake and he said sorry. He made a mistake. Like, we all, you see, that's the thing. I think that we all make mistakes. Like, he didn't kill the cats. He didn't want the cats. He just was physically abusive and he was sorry.
It happens a lot in America when white people white people doesn't even have the audacity to talk when they talk about racism, because I can break their head if they have the audacity to talk, because black people has been abused racially a lot in the entire world we are, especially in America. So when white people are talking Zouma is this, they have to shut the hell up and just shut up your mouth, because this happens a lot. When it happens to black people, what do you say? Nothing much. White people will have the other time be calling black people a racist now, and they'll be standing on the right that I didn't do anything wrong. I said it right. So what gave them that audacity to have that talk and just be spitting out gibberish and just talking rubbish? You know, they have to just shut your hell up and just shut up. It's simple. Very simple.
Okay, look, man. Let's. I mean, look. As I said again, we'll be back here on Saturday, on to the final against Palmeiras. So just to really prediction for Saturday against Palmeiras.
I hate to put it. I hate to put it.
1-1 in full time, and then we win 2-1 in extra time.
Abdullahi score.
I hate to put it just so much.
Then don't, because last time you predicted it when we lost. So
yes,
so
let me just. I don't want to jinx it. It's scary.
Okay,
I'm just gonna say
Ford.
I
Prediction.
hope we win. That's what I'm gonna say.
Good. Keep it as that. Ford.
I hope we
Prediction.
Can I just say that I hope we go back to the 4-4-2
Yeah.
because the 3-5-2 it was just not necessary today. I thought again, like Havertz, I thought Havertz had a good impact today, but for me, if you want to get the best out of Lukaku, like we saw at Inter Milan, you play somebody close to him. Havertz, he was good on the left wing today, but play him in his best position, which we've rarely seen at Chelsea in the Chelsea football kit. Play him in a number 10 or just behind the striker and let him cook. Play my boy Hudson on the left. Yes, Project Neymar, all of that. Say whatever you want. He gives us balance on the left wing. With Ziyech on the right, Mount's obviously been out injured and whatnot. Let him stay on the bench. And then put Kovacic, who I thought was again excellent today. Again, excellent again. For me, our player of the season so far. Put Kovacic with Kante. The back four will sort itself out and we should win 2-1.
I am not going to predict. All I will say is I hope and I pray that Chelsea get that dub. Peace out, guys. Peace.